Hello my gorgeous little pumpkin pies out there, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree and I am just a crazy lover of makeup, fashion, and all that fun glittery stuff. So if those are things you are also into, please hit that subscribe button and join this little cozy family. I would love to have you here. But in today's video, I'm going to be talking about my favorite fall palettes. I have a big old stack in front of me and I thought this would be a perfect time to film one of these videos because today when I am filming this, it is officially fall and I am excited to get into the fall spirit. So if you guys are interested in seeing my favorite fall palettes, then keep on watching. Alright my little crumpets, what do you guys think about the background? I added some fall decorations. I was going through some boxes in my garage and whew, it is a mess out there, but I found some of my decorations. I'm sure I have more and I'm sure I will put more in the background, but I just wanted to, you know, get a little fall back there and have it go with the video today and the season that we are officially in. I am very excited to film this. I also went dramatic and vampy and very fall with my makeup look today. I was just in a mood and I was having fun experimenting with makeup. I did not film this look because I just wanted to have fun, but I hope you guys like it. I will link what's on my face below, and one of the palettes that I'm going to mention is what's on my eyes and I will let you know. I also put on some falsies. How did I do? I'm still learning how to apply these and I swear it is so hard. I don't know how y'all do it. This is like the hardest thing ever, but you know what? Practice makes perfect. I think I'm getting better. These are the iconic lights, I think, from House of Lashes. They weren't that hard to put on, but I mean, I had to try at least like 5 times to get it somewhat decent. But anyways, I am excited. I'm ready to get into this, but I do want to say this. Now, of course, you can wear any color any time of the year. I'm not saying these are the only type of colors that you can wear during this season. These are just colors that inspire me during the season and often match the things that I wear, matches the things around me, you know, like the changing leaves. And I just thought these are just so appropriate for this season. So I just want to put that out there because I'm not saying these are the only kind of colors you can wear, okay? Do whatever you want, do whatever makes you happy. I just wanted to put that out there. So I have 16 palettes here. I was trying to narrow it down to 15, but I just couldn't. And I do have one little mention. I haven't really played with the palette, so I didn't want to call it a favorite, but the color story is super appropriate. So I'll show you that one at the end. I will also include swatches because I think swatches are just fun. And I think it's, you know, helpful to really see the color story when they're swatched out. So I will also include that for you guys as well. But now let's get into the palettes. So the first one, which is the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes, and this is stunning. This is absolutely stunning. I mean, look at that. This is beautiful. But this is the Loreal palette from Nomad Cosmetics. I believe they might have changed the packaging on this. I think they like updated some stuff, but this, you'll see. You will see. Do you see this? This is everything that fall is about in this palette. A little bit of grunge, a little bit of like burgundy, some greens, and a beautiful black shade to make the look quite smoky and deep. I used a lot of the shades today. I used this one, this one, this one. This is what's all over my lid. Like, oh, this is a stunning green, sparkly, metallic. And I have this in the inner corner. I have this topped a little bit in the center. And I have a little bit of this on the bottom. I was trying to use all of them. I think this is the only shade I did not use. But this is just so beautiful. Like, this color story is so amazing. And for a 9-pan palette, I feel like you could do so many different looks with this. And this is just perfect. I mean, this is what fall's usually like. I mean, we got grunge, greens, burgundies. These are kind of the colors that you often see, you know, decoration or people wearing. So I think that this is perfect. And I'm just obsessed with this look. Oh my God, I'm having so much fun playing with that palette. And then another beautiful, gorgeous palette is the, I think it's pronounced Codeine. I'm not sure. it might be Codeine. I think it's Codeine, but if you have the right pronunciation, let me know in the comments below. But this is from Nomad Cosmetics, and I did play with this palette on my channel. I did like a get ready with me, and it created such a little beautiful look, at least I thought. But look at this, grungy, a little darker. This is a beautiful palette, and this is full of dual chromes and multi-chromes. All of these like metallics have a shift. They're more on like the flakier side, so you definitely want to like use a wet brush or like a tacky base to put these on, but they're just beautiful. They're just so rich, they're so intense, and they're perfect for making dramatic looks that just go really well with the fall season. There's some mattes in here. This one is more of a satin. Well, it's very creamy. This one is also very creamy, but this, I highly, highly recommend this. And I think they're doing a restock on this very soon. I'll put the restock information below because I know that this is currently out of stock, but this is a stunning, stunning palette. The formula of those metallics in there are just out of this world. So then another palette. This one I think I did mention last year in my fall palettes. I did want to, you know, still feature the ones that are still fall favorites of mine. And I do, of course, have new palettes because I've tried a lot of palettes this year. But this is the Sigma Untamed palette. And this is perfect. I think it came out during the fall season last year. But you got your grunge, you got your like burgundy, mauve shades, you got a little bit of blue, you have some neutrals in here, a little bit of a pastel, like a moment right there. But this is perfect for the fall season, and it also has a stunning brush. This is so good. I love the Sigma brushes, and I just think this is perfect. And I mentioned it last year, used it all fall, and I intend to use it all fall this year. And Sigma has a really good formula. If you haven't tried their makeup, they're so good. Like the shadows, amazing. The like mattes are pigmented, they're blendable, the metallics are really pretty and creamy. So I highly recommend this. I'm also excited for that Cinderella one. I think it's coming out tomorrow. Can't wait to pick that up, but I do highly, highly recommend this one. And then two palettes that I did do a review this year on is from Cindy Grace Cosmetics. This was in collaboration with Temptalia, and I thought two of the palettes for sure out of the whole set, there was three altogether, definitely screamed fall to me, and I think I mentioned it in my review video when I was doing looks with them. But the first one is called Radiant Reflection, and look at that. Beautiful, stunning. I think the formula is really nice in here. It's very, you know, on the darker side, which I think a lot of people are wearing more bold, more like glamorous looks during the fall season. And just, it's a really nice palette. The mattes are really good. I feel like the metallics are a little bit more like traditional metallics. They're not dual chromes or necessarily very sparkly shades, but they're creamy. They're leaning a little bit more satin. This one does have little sparkles in it. This one is beautiful in this one, but some of them are leaning more satin. So they're not as intense for the metallics, but I think the color story is perfect for this fall, like autumn season that we're going into, because you got a good like amount of burgundies here. You got some greens, you got some like warm tone and like this beautiful gold shade here. Then you got a little bit of like blues to add into the look. So I think you could make stunning fall looks with this. And then the other one is the On the Horizon palette. This is a little bit more of a muted fall color story. So this is perfect for all of y'all that don't want something super intense and not as like bam in your face, maybe not as much as this, but you want to still have color, but have it be a little bit more chill. I think this is a perfect option. It still has those kind of colors for fall, like the greens, the mauve shades. There's a little bit of coppers in here. And I think this one was my favorite one in terms of like the metallics I feel are the most impactful and high shine and creamy in this one. And I thought the matte combination was really nice. So this one I would recommend out of all the three from the Temptalia collection, but just beautiful. Going on to another one that is in that muted color story that I just mentioned with the Cindy Grace palette is the Smitten in Switzerland palette from BH Cosmetics. This is more affordable, so if you're looking for something that's in the more affordable range, this is a really good option. Now, they did change the packaging, and from what I heard, they did reformulate the formula, even though they didn't say they did, so that means it's like even better, because I think this is good. I don't think this is the amazing BH formula, but I think this is the good formula. So if the new one, the reformulated one, is the amazing formula, then that's even better. But yet again, it is on the muted end, but it's still colorful. It's still a great entryway into color. There's that muted green, the, you know, mauve burgundy shades. There's some like more muted blues in here, and there's a lot of nice like cool tone mattes, and then it has this little pop of like mustardy yellow to kind of grunge up some looks. Like definitely like right here you could do like a nice little grungy look, and I think it's just perfect. And then something that's on the more like romantic side, but I was like, this is a great fall palette, is the Vintage Rose palette from Give Me Glow. And the formula in here is very intense. The mattes are very pigmented, and the metallics are stunning, super high shine. But it has like that pop of green here, and then it has these like, you know, pinky, burgundy, like rosy tones. It has a little pop of this like bubblegum pink, but besides that, most of the palette is pretty muted. Like if you just cover that, this is a more muted, colorful palette, but leaning more on the bold side because of the intense pigmentation of the mattes and the intense shine of the metallics. But if you wanted something that was like that more muted romantic color story, but you want it to be like intense on the pigmentation and shine, I highly recommend this from Give Me Glow. I swear I'm saying fall so many times. I think I mentioned this in the other one that I did. I was like, hey, take a shot every time I say fall and you will be stupid wasted by the end of this video. But I can't film this video without saying it because that's the theme here. But then I have this one right here from Nomad Cosmetics. This is the America's Parks palette, and this came out for the summer. And of course, I think this can also work in the summertime. But I was like, this is a fall color story. Like, look at this. This is actually a perfect fall color story. It has the greens, the grunge, the warm tones, the yellows, this nice like orangey terracotta shade, and it has a little bit of purple. And I feel like purple is definitely great for the fall season as well. So I think this is really perfect, like the perfect setup. And the mattes in here are really nice. Now they're more on the buildable end, so this might be good for a person who doesn't want full pigmentation right off the bat. Like you want something you can build up on and not have to worry that it's going to be too much if you only put like a dip in and then put it right on your eyes. This is just something you can work with a little more. It's a little bit more forgiving. The metallics are beautiful. They're creamy. There's ones that have little sparkly bits in it. If you like a little sparkle, I know I do. And I think Nomad Cosmetics overall is a really nice brand. They're also coming out with a new like spooky theme palette. That's probably going to be perfect for fall. I did order that. Can't wait for that to come in. But I think that's really good. And then a palette I mentioned last year because I just couldn't do a fall video without mentioning this palette. It's something I use every time this season comes around and is a staple in my collection. This is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. I did also mention this as a favorite like nude palette because it does a lot for me. It's a nude palette and it's also a fall palette. Look at all those like warm grungy shades, but then there's so much deep shades in here to also deepen the look up, make it a little bit more smoky, but you still have like lighter shades if you want to tone it down. There's just all these coppers and golds and oranges, and I just think of like fall leaves when I look at this. I'm like, yes, give me fall all day long. And there's a few like pops of blue in there too. But you can see this is a well-loved palette. I've dipped into this many times. dug my little grubby fingers in them. Someone said that on one of my comments once. I was like, grubby fingers. I was like, whatever, I'll put my grubby fingers in my palette all day long if I want to, okay? But grunge, warm, neutrals, this is perfect if you're more of a neutral lover and you don't want a lot of color. You just want a few pops in case you want to introduce them, but you want to stick in your like coppers and golds and warm tones. This is it right here. I highly, highly recommend this. And then another Natasha Denona palette. And I was thinking about this, I was looking at this and I was like, you know what? This is really good for fall. This is the Trichrome palette. Now, of course, there are some pastels in here, but I think overall the color story has a fall feel to it. They are, you know, definitely on the lighter, like more mid-tone side, but all these shimmers, perfect for fall. They're all like dual chrome, multi-chromes. They're more on like the muted satin side, not as like intense as like the shadow I have on my lid, which is great if you don't want something too intense but you want to get into multi-chromes. But then it has like these grungy shades. Like this row right here is my favorite. So nice. And I love how they divided it up into like a green row, a more like purpley row, and a little bit more of a peachy warm tone row. But I actually think this is really cool for fall. And then another one that's new to me that I did also review on my channel and highly recommend, love very much, is the Alien Cosmetics Not Normal palette. And this was made for fall. Like, this is a fall baby right here, okay? There's the grunge, there's some purple, some neutrals, cool tones, a little warmth. I love this. And I even said that in the review, like this was probably going to be a favorite fall palette of mine because the color story is just perfect. And you can do like an all purple look, you can do an all green look, you can even do an all like neutral look with this. And I love a palette with variety, and the formula is really nice in here. The metallics are really beautiful and, you know, impactful, so definitely recommend that. Going on to the next palette, this is also for my neutral lovers. This is the Lunar Beauty Eternal Eclipse palette, which was also mentioned in my neutral palettes, but this is also a very like fall palette to me. It's very smoky. It has a little bit of grunge, like this antique shades right here. It has like these ready toned and warm tone neutrals. So this is also something that I think you could make beautiful leaning fall inspired neutral looks, and you can get smoky with this palette. And this row down here is stunning, and this silver right here, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I wanted to show something that was more on the neutral end but still had that fall like vibe to it that could create beautiful grungy, smoky, neutral looks, and I definitely think this is it. And then going on to some smaller palettes, this is perfect if you want something a little bit more curated. You don't want necessarily a big palette and you just want to add some more of those like fall grungy kind of colors, then I think these are perfect options. So the first little one I wanted to mention, this is more bright and poppy, but come on, the theming, it's called It's Freaking Bad. This is the Butte Bean collaboration with Shroud, and I think these colors are still in the fall realm. They're just, you know, a little bit more poppy, but so fun and grungy, smoky, cool tone, but also bold and bright. And this is a really nice formula. You got this beautiful little grungy little pukey green. Yes, pukey green, I'm all about. This beautiful limey shimmer. You have some more like purpley tones, this nice like deep kind of black and purple, and then you have some teals. I think this is beautiful, and for being a 9-pan palette, I feel like you can go different directions with this, and this is just perfect for that spooky season that we're going into. So I think this is a really good one, and I think they're restocking, or maybe they already restocked it, but I'll link that information below. Then the next little palette is the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsession palette. This is for my warm tone neutral lovers. But look at this. This is what autumn looks like. This is what the leaves look like when they're changing. It has this mustardy, like orangey yellow shade. It has the oranges. It has like a deeper brown, so you can smoke it up a little bit. And then it has these beautiful like copper, more like neutral shades in here. So this is perfect if you're just wanting to add more like warm tone neutrals and like mustardy shades to your collection, or you just want a little curated one that you can travel with that will be more on the neutral side but very fall-esque. You get what I'm saying? I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over, but this is such a cute little warm scrumptious palette. And then going on to Dose of Colors, so the Cutting Edge palette. This is so dirty, but this is perfect if you want to add some grunge to your collection, or you just want a small travel-friendly grungy palette. Look at this. The grunge is real. So beautiful. So it has like this like pukey yellowy green. It has this olive shade. It has like this gold and orangey like brown, and then this olive shimmer. This is really pretty. The mattes are on like dusty side, but they're very pigmented and very blendable, and the metallics are very sparkly and beautiful on the lids. Very, very pretty. So I think this is great if you need some grunge in your life and you just want a small little palette. Then if you want to add a little bit of smokiness to your life, here is this beautiful curated little smoky palette. This is the Dose of Colors Smoky Soiree. And this is super smokes. Like, look at this. Yes, this black is super pigmented. It's very black. And then it has this burgundy shade, this like reddish leaning brown, and then it has this like kind of gunmetal silver, and this one is like maybe a little bit more on like the champagne side, but you could create the most stunning smoky look with this, and you don't need a lot. Like, you could just go with this black all through the crease and like the outer corner, and then put that all over the lid, or you could go with these shades if you want them to be a little bit more on like the neutral end but still smoky. I mean, this is such a beautiful little palette that you could add to your collection. Perfect size, perfect travel size. I just think this was a really nice little smoky color story from Dose of Colors. So those were all the palettes that I think are perfect for the fall season. I did want to mention this palette as well. I haven't played with it yet, so I didn't want to list it as a favorite, but I thought the color story was just so appropriate. So this is the Fairy Frolic palette from Alien Cosmetics, and this color story, look at this. This was made for fall. Like, if fall had a baby, this was what the baby would look like in a palette form. The grunge, the greens, the little bit of like mauvey tones, the orange. I mean, come on. I just wanted to show you guys this because I just thought it was beautiful. I'm sure the formula is great, and I'm sure I'm going to mention this next year as a favorite fall palette, but I just wanted to show you guys that one because I thought it was really pretty. But that was everything, guys. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think these palettes are amazing? Are you sick of me saying fall? Are you sick of me yet? I'm sure you are, or if you're not, love ya. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please let me know in the comments below what you think. What are you loving on? Are you a seasonal type of bee like me? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you are new here and you enjoy this video, you like talking about makeup, you like color, you like fun, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I have all the palette links where you can find it. Any review video I did on any of these palettes will be linked, as well as my makeup, as well as my contact information. You can also find me on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty. If you want to check me out over there, I would really love that. But I just want to thank you guys so much for being here, for supporting my channel, for hanging out with me for a little bit. I really appreciate it. But I do hope you are doing well wherever you are in the world, and just sending you love and light. But until next time, bye guys.